Hi everyone, welcome to Monica's Singapore Kitchen. Today I'll be cooking beef stir fry with mushrooms and onions. The beef is super tender and flavorful, and the onions is crispy, crunchy and sweet. It is cooked with a Chinese classic stir fry sauce, one that tastes just like what you would get at a Chinese restaurant. Come along with me to see how this dish is prepared. First, we need to cut the onions. I've got 400 grams of big onions. We're going to cut it into 1 cm with strips, like this. Then we will put it on a plate, and it is highly recommended for us to separate the fleshy leaves of the onions at this point. Take your time to separate every leaf, as attempting to separate them during the stir-frying process will run into the risk of overcooking the onions. So I also have 1 can of button mushrooms. When it is drained, its weight is about 180 grams, so around about a cup of sliced onions, sliced mushrooms. So these mushrooms are sliced to 0.5 cm thickness. So put this aside. The other ingredients are 10 grams of minced garlic and 10 grams of minced ginger. Here I have 450 grams of beef flank. The grains are running in this direction and I'm cutting it perpendicular to the grain. So first I'm going to separate it into 2 pieces. Then I'm going to cut it across the grain at about 1/3 cm in thickness. So it's easy to cut if it is semi-frozen. Yeah, it holds its shape much easier. Of course, you must have a very sharp knife. Okay, so put this after cutting, put this aside. And once you have finished cutting, you are going to marinate this beef slices. So the marinade consists of 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of light soya sauce, 1 teaspoon of dark soya sauce, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper powder, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, and 2 tablespoons of oil. The cornstarch is to tenderize your beef pieces, so it will be nice, tender and flavorful. Okay, so then what we need to do is to mix all these marinade so that the marinade covers and coats every piece of our beef slice. So we want to put this aside and marinate it for about 15 minutes. Meanwhile, let's prepare the sauce. So it consists of 1/2 cup of chicken broth, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce, and 1 teaspoon of sugar. So remember to stir it thoroughly because the cornstarch tends to gather at the bottom of the bowl. So scrape it and stir it. Okay, so we put this sauce aside. Heat up 2 tablespoons of oil. Once the oil gets heated up, we are going to stir fry our onions for about 30 seconds. Do not overcook, as we want the onions to retain its crunchiness. We want to cook it just enough to get rid of the raw and pungent sharp flavor. So at this point, you're going to put in our sliced button mushrooms and then stir fry it for another 1 minute. So once 1 minute has elapsed, so you will want to pour it on a plate and put it aside. So bring 3 tablespoons of oil to a high temperature. So over high heat, pour in our beef slices and stir fry. Do not stir fry it in the sense that you want to leave it there for about, I would say, about 10 seconds for the bottom part to be nicely brown. So thanks to the sauces that we have added, you will notice that it looks like beautiful golden brown right at the bottom. So only turn it after about, I would say, 10 seconds. So then it will look something like this. Yeah, so it's not quite cooked yet for those who want it to be totally cooked. So let's add minced garlic and minced ginger. We add the minced garlic and ginger at this point so that we don't have to be worried that the garlic will burn. So stir fry for a few more seconds, maybe 5 to 10 seconds. And then at this point, it's about 80% cooked. So we will add our other ingredients like our dark soya sauce. This really brings out a beautiful golden color, yeah, to our beef slices. So it gives us a nice sheen. Okay. Then we will splash our Shaoxing wine at the side of the pan where it is very hot. The heat will then release the aroma of the wine. So pour in a little bit of pepper, about 1 teaspoon of pepper, stir fry for a few more seconds, and then we are going to add in our sauce. So stir the sauce first, yeah, before we add in. So you notice that the sauce will slowly thicken. It will turn from a milky color to a glossy, velvety appearance. So at this stage, yeah, so you notice that it is already very nice and velvety, the sauce coating every piece of our beef slice. So slide in our onion and mushroom, and then just stir it for about 10 seconds. And then once that has happened, we will turn off the fire and then we will serve. So this easy beef stir fry is a perfect weeknight dinner recipe. It is easy to prepare at home with ingredients which are easily available in our pantry. It is best served with rice or noodles for a well-rounded meal. If you do not want starch, enjoy it in lettuce cups or with your favorite salad. You can also stuff it into mantos, buns, and as filling in your tortilla wraps. I hope you find this video useful. Do give this recipe a try. Thanks for stopping by, and as always, happy cooking!